Hello, my fantastic friends. Welcome in another episode of 50 Shades of. In this episode, we will see how to make skin color. So I will show you how to mix colors together to create the perfect flesh tones. And I will show you how to do that with acrylic paint and also with watercolors. So let's begin with acrylic paintings, and the reason why I'm using acrylics is because they have a thick paste creamy texture which is similar to oil paintings and temperas, so you can do the same with those other media. The colors that I'm going to use are white, yellow, red, and this is a cadmium red. And then I'm using a burnt umber and ultramarine blue. So these are the colors that you are going to need, but mostly you are going to need a white, a yellow, and a warm red, and I'm using the cadmium red. And then you're going to need some earth color like the burnt umber and then a blue color. Usually, since we are really young, people tell us that skin is pink, and like teachers encourage us to color the people in our drawings with a pink color. But of course, human skin is not just merely pink. Actually, human skin is much more close to a peachy apricot color, which is more like an orangey color with a little bit of red inside. Of course, human skin has many beautiful colors, many different colors, and I cannot analyze all of them in just one video. So talking about Caucasian skin, usually it's a yellowy and orangey color with some red spots, and it also has some parts where you can see the veins underneath, and they can be bluish if you have a cooler undertone, or they are like greenish color if you have a warmer undertone. So let's see how to create the correct Caucasian skin flesh tones. So let's create an orange color first. I'm using a cadmium yellow and a red cadmium as well because it's a warmer red. I don't recommend you to use a cooler red for this operation. So now you obtained an orange color, as you can see. It's pretty orange actually. So now add some white to make it lighter. And this is what you get. And if you feel it, add a little bit more white. And of course, you need to add a little bit more red color. When you mix colors together, there's not a recipe, a perfect recipe. You want to just keep adding a little bit of this, a little bit of that, until you reach the perfect color, the color that you are looking for. So at this point, add a tiny drop of burnt umber, so that, as you can see, it tunes down a little bit the color. And as you can see, this is already a skin color. For the ladies out there, it looks like a yellowy foundation. But this is a little bit too yellowy for me, so keep working on this. This is like a base. So this is like the base on which you can work to create a different skin color. So just add a little bit more white and a little bit of red, and this is what you get. And this works better for me. So as you can see, it's similar, but it's a little bit more pinkish. And now keep working on this. So just add in a little bit more earth color. You will darken it a little bit, so it will become a little bit darker. And this darker tone is perfect to create the shadows, for example, the shadows on the skin. And to this color you can just add a little bit of white to get another color, a different skin color, like this. And for the shadows of the skin, I suggest you to create a gray color, mixing together some blues and some earth colors. And if you don't know how to create a good gray color, watch my previous video, 50 Shades of Gray. You will find this linked down here in the description box. And as you can see, you just want to add a little bit of this gray color to your skin tone to tone it down a little bit and to create a darker shade. And if you want your skin tone to be a little bit more rosy, you just add some red, and if you want it to be rosy and lighter, you just add more red and more white. And if you want it to be a little bit more yellowy, you just add more yellow. That's it. It's really simple. So guys, these are the colors that you need to create the perfect flesh tones. So white, yellow, red, earth colors and blue colors. If you feel more comfortable, you can also purchase something already made like this. Don't watch this tube because it's really old and the acrylic is almost dry and it's awful, I know, but I just wanted to show you the color. As you can see, it's kind of a skin color, but it's a little bit fake as a color. So if you purchase something like this, then you have to mix it with other colors to obtain a more realistic skin tone. So now let's see how to do the same with watercolors. And with watercolors, it's basically pretty much the same. The only thing that changes is that with watercolors you don't usually use the white color. And I said usually, meaning that you don't use white color to lighten up your colors. So if you have a green and you want a lighter green, you don't use white color with watercolors. But as you can see with my palette here, the white is almost finished. That's because I use the white to create the skin tones. So I start from a yellow ochre color. So we just take a little bit of that and then I add some cadmium red, a little bit. You can use the cadmium red or also the cadmium orange mixed with yellow ochre. It's the same and it's totally up to you. So this is already a skin color, but to me it's a little bit too orange. So as I told you before, with watercolors, to create a lighter shade, you just want to add some water. So if you keep adding water and keep adding water, you will have a lighter shade, as you can see. When I create the skin colors with watercolor, I like to add a little bit of white into my mixture, just a little bit. And I know that adding white to watercolors make them opaque, I know that, but I add just a tiny bit of white, and as you can see, the result is not opaque at all. I mean, it's just a little bit opaque, but not that much. Personally, this is what I prefer to do. I mix together some cadmium red and then some yellow ochre and a tiny little bit of white, so that I have this skin color which is the perfect color to me. It works perfectly, and if you want to, you can still add some water to make it a little bit more transparent, and as you can see, it works. And if you want to do the shadows on your skin, or if you want to tune that color down, you just want to add the gray color as we did before. So mix together some blue and some earth color, and that's it. You will have your skin color a little bit darker. Perfect to create the shadows. So this is the result with watercolors and with acrylics, and comparing the two color charts. As you can see, the colors are really similar. They are the same color family, same family members. So with the only difference that with watercolors you can either use white or not. So guys, this is it. I hope you find this video useful for you, and if you like this, please leave some thumbs up and comments down below, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye bye, Fantastics. Ciao.